What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we have a very special video because we have Dark World versus Ishiju Teolemons run by a big time shark. That's right, so this opponent clearly is out to shark everyone, and honestly it makes no sense because this is a very low ranking duel. So I understand a few things, so like sanctioned tournaments, okay, yeah, I understand for that principle, it's not a problem. And even if it's any online tournaments or if it's any cash matches that you're planning to play for money, sure, why not? And even exceptional, like top like 200 rank, if you're playing at that point, then sure. But it's like we're in like the thousands. This thing, like, no one's playing serious, no one gives a shit, and these are very like minus penalties. So the first two times I just gave it to my opponent, it was irrelevant. It's not even like worth even discussing because technically it was right, you know, if I missed target or playing or a bit too late on activation, I'm like, whatever, didn't even argue. But the third time he sharked though, that was something that you can't even shark off. And you're going to see in a moment like what we're going to be talking, because this thing was escalated and took forever, and especially late at night and calling a judge and there's no judges, it never really pans out. So we're going to start and we're going to go sadly second. No, we're actually going first. I totally forgot about that. But yeah, our opponent has the two Bystals over here, so definitely some great interruption, but also Kelback as well, so we have to be careful of that. They have Instant Fusion, and then they have the Trap. We have Snow, Nessie, Silver, Genta, and also Gateway, so we're all set to discard that extra card, but we're going to have to be kind of careful, especially against the Ishiju Teolemons. If we hit one of the Kelback or the other one, then they could just start going off like that. So we're going to start first, so we're going to activate our Genta to go and get our gate. So we're going to be all set over there. We're going to go set the gateway and then activate the gates. So we're going to go and banish that, discard our Snow, draw a card, trigger, special. Okay, so then we're going to add another Genta. Then we're going to go and discard Genta, get gate again. We're going to actually set the gate, so we could actually normal summon Doom. So then we could actually link Doom for Salamander, because believe it or not, the monster has to be 1,000 attack or less. So and gate increases by 300. So if it was still up, we won't be able to do this play. So always keep that in mind. So we're going to activate the dog to go and get the Overking. So we're pretty much all set over there. We're going to activate gate now. We're going to banish Snow, send the Overking, trigger the Overking, and we're going to get another Silver since we have Nessie, and we're pretty much all set. So we're going to activate Nessie. Okay, they're going to go and discard, and sadly it was the Nessie. Okay, so we're going to add the Chupacabra, activate the Chupacabra. So we're going to go discard, draw. Okay, and we're pretty much good. So we're going to draw again. Now we're going to go overlay for number 60. Use the effect to draw 2, then discard 1. Okay, we're going to discard Snow, activate Snow once more, get Shiruli, so then we can start doing the play with the Silver and then be all set. Okay, so now we're going to activate Nessie. Okay, discard Silver. Okay, we're going to draw a card, activate Silver now. He's going to go chain the Bystal, wherever dragon guy, go banish it. So that is the end of that. He's going to trigger, so at the end phase he's going to add. Not the problem. Now we're going to use Chupacabra. Okay, get rid of Shiruli, trigger Shiruli, and he's going to chain the other one as well, just so we can discard and then return 2 cards from our opponent's hand to the bottom of the deck, which is not a problem, but we can still perform that play. You're going to see in just a minute. So we're going to go and link all 4, make Saruja, use Saruja's effect to go and draw 4. So now the goal is right here is to get 2 level 3s out. So we're going to put those at the bottom. We're going to activate, so then we don't have to worry about any more interruptions now. So this was actually the first misplay or sharking, I would say. So I went to go activate the 2 cards, went select that, but then I switch it and said that I want him. So he said it's too late, which I'm like, you know what, fine, because technically we did select this one. So if he says like too late on that or no, I'm not even going to argue. I'll just give it to him. So they didn't really care that much because no matter what, we were winning in this. So then he's going to go activate Calabac. We're going to use the effect. So we're going to discard our guy. Okay, supposed to summon Silver. Now it's going to trigger our other guy, and they're going to trigger his guy to go send. So we're going to draw the 2 cards. Instead of triggering Grapha, I was going to play the gate, but then I'm like, you know what? Trigger Grapha. He says no to that. I'm like, whatever, doesn't matter. We did not care. So I'm like, that's like the second time. And I'm like, really? It was like a couple of seconds. Like, okay, fine, be like that. Okay, not even second, like milliseconds. But anyways, I'm like, fine, be like that. So we're going to go and continue with our play, so it doesn't matter. So gate now, we're going to go and banish and then draw. Okay, there we go, get snow. And we drew into Salamander, so we have even more pro plays coming up. So we're going to go and use Salamander to go discard the Pearl. So Pearl is going to go and special summon level 3 over here. So now we're pretty much all set. So we could do the pro plays now. So we're going to use our Snake to go just special summon it. So we didn't want to use Saruja's effect to special summon it just in case. So we're doing it this way instead. So now we're going to make our Levy, which is going to bring back our Shiruli, which is very nice. And now we're going to return Shiruli with our Grapha. And then we're going to return our Silva with our Overking. And now we're going to use the Polymerization to add to hand and discard Shiruli. And now Shiruli is going to trigger. Get special summon on our opponent's side of the field. Now that effect is going to activate. We're going to discard the Silver. And then Silver is going to special summon. And now our opponent has to put 2 cards at the bottom of the deck. Now, if you see off the bat, even after banishing our Silver or Shiruli, we were able to get them all back. Very nice. Pro plays. So they're going to be doing that. I was actually very surprised for the Calabac that I'm rewatching it now. But also, we could have actually discarded the last remaining card, but I chose not to in case if he kept the Calabac. So I didn't want to take a risk in that. So that's why we're not doing any more special summons with Shiruli this turn. So we're going to go Link, make a marker, but we're not even going to use her like just yet. We still have quite a bit of other plays that we want to do. So we're going to return, go, link those 2 now, make Cerberus, use the effect, and we're going to send our Shiruli to the grave. So our gate is live and active, so it's all set over there. And we're going to draw a card, and we drew into a tour guide. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to link those, make our unicorn, and we're going to discard, shuffle back the monster, draw a card. Nice. Okay, after that, we're going to link those 2, make an Appaloosa, so at least Appaloosa can make 2 negates, so we're pretty much all set over there. Okay, now we're going to activate her effect. So, surprisingly, a lot of people forget that you could actually supposed to summon the fusion monster that you actually just sent. So, we're going to be doing that. So, we're supposed to summon him because he is a fiend. And if you did properly summon him, you can supposed to summon him as many times as you want. The only downside is that you won't be able to get the leave the field effect since that's only applied when he is fusion summoned. So yeah, if this fusion summon card in its opponent's control leaves the field because on the opponent's card, yeah, that's the only effect that we're going to be missing. But besides that, we could actually still use the very first effect to make any of your opponent's activation or effect becomes discard 1 card. So we're pretty much all set. We have our 2 negates, we have this, we do have an extra discard as well, but also we have Silver in hand, so we're pretty much all set, I would say. Okay, so we're going to go activate, get our Grapha, because worst comes to worst, we could actually discard Grapha as well. And then after this, we're going to pass turn. Our opponent's going to activate, resolve the effect of the other one to add. Now he's going to activate this one, but we're going to have to negate it with Appaloosa. So now Appaloosa only has 1 negate on opponent's turn, which is still not bad. Okay, so then they draw. And they're going to go and activate their guy once more. We're actually going to drain our Grapha. So then we're going to actually discard Silva. And then we're going to trigger Silva to special summon. And there we go. Our opponent scoops. Okay, now our opponent is going to start. Because after doing all that, he probably doesn't want to deal with all that mess once more. Okay, hands. They have this one, they have this one, they have the Gelback, they have this one, and then they have, oh, two of these, very nice. Us, we have Venus Rhino, we have our Paul, we have our Gates, we have a Chupacabra, and then we have a Silver. So we're pretty much all set over here. Okay, so let's see what our opponent's going to do, activate that effect. This is going to be quite a bit of, familiar plays. Now, the only thing that we sided in was actually 3 of our little kitty cats. That ends the turn if it was sent to the grave by our opponent's card. So that was pretty much the only thing I was hoping for and seeing if we were mill it, but we didn't, so it's okay. Okay, so they're going to do more shenanigans, and we're just going to wait right here and see what we're going to be able to do. But in the meantime, while we're watching through all this, you guys could definitely like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. But also if this video receives at least 10 likes, I always do what I usually do for all my videos, do a deck profile as soon as we hit 10 likes. So definitely hit that like button. But only if you enjoyed the video or if you want to see the deck profile. It's okay. Either or it's perfect. Okay, so now they're going to do more shenanigans. Okay, returning a graph. Which, honestly, I think it's so weird that they were actually do that. I see them do that all the time, returning the graph. And I'm like, you don't really want, like, a card that's a lot more beneficial in hand or free searching than in the graveyard. Because if we're talking about, like, value-wise, I would say Over King in the graveyard is more harmful than like even Grapha in the graveyard, but it's okay. That's my personal preference. Me, I would never really return an opponent's Grapha out of all the cards, or I would actually wait to actually interrupt them and just respawn with my opponent's activation, then actually like just returning the Grapha. Okay, there we go. Okay, so he's gonna go all out with that. Okay, more shenanigans, more plays. Alright, make the Dark Charmer, Ghost, Special Summons, ooh, Mothman, and then make Abyss Dweller. There we go. As soon as that'll turn, he's going to use Abyss Dweller, and that's going to choke us a bit, but it's okay, because we have quite a bit of danger, so we can still do some combos. So we're going to be doing exactly that. So first we're going to activate Gate. Okay, we're going to activate Gate, we're going to Banish, then we're going to send our Paul to draw a card, and we're all set over here. Now we're going to activate Chupacabra. Okay, special summon, draw. Oh, there's the kitty. A little bit bad timing, but it's okay. So special summon Chupacabra again. Now we're going to go to battle phase since they're at 18, just to get over the Abyss Dweller right away, and then see whatever other options that we have. Because no matter what, where we could potentially make, it won't be enough to actually get rid of everything on our opponent's board. So we're going to be doing that first. So main 2. Now this is where the third sharking attempt happens, right over here. Because, so I sent them to the graveyard, look at the extra deck. Okay, brought it back. So nothing was declared. Okay. So he's making the argument, oh, it was going to be a temp of a link summon. Now, first of all, no, there's other summons and even a monster's ability to actually tribute like 2 for special summon. So there's actually tons of different alternatives why you were sent 2, but there was no performance of it. Now, if I actually send them and summon a link monster and then want to take that back, that I would have been like, okay, all good, don't mind at all. But this, come on. I literally sent 2 and then look at the extra deck and then brought them back right away. And you're going to really shark me for that? Really? Well, we're playing in the ranks of like the thousands, not even like even in the hundreds, and you're really going to complain about this? Like, this is why I'm so sus. Like, someone that has like so much experience with such a low rank. For me, I'm like, yo, this is definitely like a guy that the majority of his games is because of like sharking. Because even like his Teal Elements and the plays that he did, okay, I'll play everyone that plays like Teal Elements and Shizu. Like, I've seen people make way better boards than like just this like all the time and like even playing against, and they just like demolish me, okay? So it just comes that like someone that has to like shark repeatedly for like small stuff, and especially for this is honestly, you can't shark for this. There was no action declared, no like performance. There was not even a actual summon, okay? So this would be like the equivalent of like in person. If I took like 2 of the monster prey in the graveyard, look at the extra deck, brought back. You can't shark someone and be like, oh, yeah, you were attempting a link. It's like, no, there's no determination. There was no confirmation of a link summon like performing, okay? You cannot do that, like, at all. That is nothing. If I was like establishing, okay, and there was actually a monster that hit contact onto the board, then sure, you know what? You want to go and shark for that. I have no problem with that. I'll accept that. But this is just dumb. He's just looking any way possible just to win a game. And I'm like, really, bro? Like, you're against like Dark Worlds and you're panicking to the point that you have to start doing like sneaky sharking tactics. And you're playing literally like one of like the best like tier 0 decks that's like out there. And you're using these type of tactics. Like, there you go. Like, that I thought was so dumb. So, ends out like calling for the judge. So we had to wait like hours. No judge came. I just put my thing to the side and went to pretty much this, that after all this time, my thing just like disconnected because, you know, there was literally no activities that was made. So just like going, you see, have a lot of time, not a problem. So put it to the side, play the other thing. You're saying it's literally 11 seconds. It's like it wasn't even level 11 seconds, manage. So waiting, still waiting. Time's going by. And then my thing disconnected because no activity. And it left, which I was very sad about because I was like, this was definitely one that as soon as any judge would look at the logs and would be like, yeah, he didn't perform any summons. So what are you talking about? It's like, there you go. Any judge would definitely vouch for this. Okay. Any like dueling book judge, they look at the logs. They're going to be like, yeah, there was nothing that was declared or there was no summoning of any monsters. Like, there's nothing here to shark. And that's it for a match, and especially dealing with this specific opponent. But at least the first game was good. After him doing 3 interruptions, trying, we still managed to actually gain such a big advantage. So I was actually very happy about the game 1. And I thought it actually was a very good game 1. It was just game 2. Meh. We couldn't do so much with Abyss Dweller, but also like doing like the whole sharking over just this. I'm like, really? Come on. Definitely wasn't too necessary for him to actually do that. And we could have just went into game 3 and have like an actually good match. But no, this guy had to ruin the fun out of it. And I was like, ugh. But that's it for today's match. If you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And like I said before, if this video receives at least 10 likes, we're definitely going to do the deck profile of a Dark World deck. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can always follow me on my Instagram, Vaughn Gear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.